Of all the people I've interviewed, I would say that Joan Collins has the greatest story. She was a Hollywood superstar in the 50s and 60s. She's had 5 husbands. Joan Collins is the world's most famous TV bitch.
Nervous? Why? What was there to be nervous about? I figure I can handle him. I've made interviewers cry before this. Maybe Piers should be nervous about me.
Now, Joan, I want to start with a confession. Do you want to hear this?
How dirty is it?
It's not that bad. It's just that for the last 30 years,
yes,
I have been slightly in love with you.
Oh, no.
It's true.
Are you kidding?
Well, when I was in my sort of mid to late teens, you were Dynasty, and that was my life, was watching you once a week and just feeling very strange feelings, which a teenage boy really shouldn't be feeling.
I got the feeling I know what you're talking about, even though I've never been a teenage boy.
You look incredible.
Thank
when
you.
I remember you on Dynasty, this is how I remember you. It's
really?
like age has not withered you.
Well, I'm lucky. You know, it's not me, it's my mother and my father and grandmother and all of them. And, of course, I then, you know, worked on it, as one does.
Did you come from that kind of old showbiz school of you must always look like a star if you're going to be a star?
Well, you should have seen me this morning at about 10:30. I took my 11-year-old granddaughter to a big department store on Oxford Street with absolutely no makeup on, with the hat that Tommy Lee Jones wears in The Fugitive, you know, one of those hats that go like that, and a big old overcoat, and we went shopping to buy her some clothes. So, no, I don't always look like this.
I can't even imagine seeing you like that.
I know, you wouldn't, but the taxi driver recognised me. Hello, Joan. I'm not supposed to recognise me.
How important is it, though, do you think, to be, if you are a proper star, a proper movie star, that's your trade, to look the part when you meet the public?
Well, I don't think that today movie stars or actors and actresses don't really care about that at all. In fact, they're accepted much more as being, you know, really serious actors if they don't get their hair done and put their makeup on and look groomed, which is I call groomed, when they go out. But I was brought up like that. My mother was like that, my aunts, I had many aunts, 10 or 11, and my grandmothers, and that's what I like to do, and I still like to do it. And I think how you look is a reflection of how you feel about yourself, and I feel really good about myself. I'm very happy in my skin. I think I was born with a happy gene, actually, which is, I'm very lucky, I do have that. And I think that I always want to not disappoint the public. I think if I came down here in baggy old blue jeans and a stained T-shirt, they wouldn't really like it, would you? No?
It's quite interesting, though. It's a definite trend, isn't it, in the modern-day celebrity, particularly the women, where someone said to me the other day, which female movie stars do you fancy? And I actually struggled a bit, because they so pride themselves on looking dowdy most of the time.
I know. It's absolutely unbelievable. When I saw some of them when I'm out and about, it's amazing how they look. But I did see Sandra Bullock the other day at a party that was given for her in New York, and she looked adorable. She was wearing a similar dress to this, actually, and she was just looked fabulous. So some of them do. But I think the thing that I find really weird about a lot of actresses today, really, is that they don't know how to do it themselves. They don't know how to put their makeup on. They don't know how to do their hair. They don't know how to dress. That's why they all look so great on the red carpet, because they've got stylists. I've never had a stylist in my life.
Seriously?
I do everything. No.
You do all this, do you?
I do it myself.
I mean, to get you from where you were this morning, to get from that to this,
yes,
how long is that procedure?
When Percy and I get ready to go out, like in the morning, he takes exactly the same time to shave as I do to put my makeup on.
Really?
So that's an example, yes.
Does he take a long time to shave?
No! No. Well, how long does it take you to shave?
I don't know, about probably 5, 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly how long it takes for me to put my makeup on during the day. Tonight, of course, you know, I'd put some eyelashes on and, you know, want to look extra good for you. So, and I do it carefully, because the camera never lies. So it probably took 40 minutes. Yeah.
Now, Percy, obviously, is your fifth husband, and we're going to
Yes.
come to the other four, obviously, as time goes on. Staying at the moment with number 5, and obviously the last.
Absolutely.
Is he honest with you, Percy? I mean, a lot of women will look at you and think, God, so glamorous, so impossibly beautiful. But do you have moments when Percy has to say, you know, you don't look great today, Joan?
No, he doesn't do that because he loves me. It's me, Joan, and he doesn't care. He loves it if I look pretty and my hair is done and I wear a really nice dress. Yeah, he likes that. But if I'm in my pyjamas and my ancient bathrobe, he loves me because he loves me. And the same thing with him. If he hasn't shaved for 2 days, it doesn't matter. If you love somebody, I don't think the exterior is important after a while. I think it's very important in the beginning because that's what attracts you to somebody, obviously. And so we just, you know, we just hang out together and chill out, and I sit around in my sweats. You don't believe I have sweats, do you?
No, I don't. I don't want to believe it.
Yeah, I just don't
want to believe it. I just see
don't
you,
know,
you know, I'm just seeing Alexis.
All right, well,
That's
I'll
all I'm
invite you
saying.
over once. I'm not Alexis. That finished 20 years ago.
Well, you look like her. You haven't
Well,
aged
it's my
at all.
face. I know. Well, that's because I haven't done all those things to it like those ladies do.
Have you not, really?
No, I really haven't. That's why I look the way I do.
You've never had any plastic surgery?
No, none. I'd rather just grow old gracefully. Well, fighting all the way. I have always, always, always used makeup and kept my face out of the sun since I was 20.
I read that. You've literally not had your face in the sun.
No, but the rest, yes. I mean, everything
but not
else.
your face, seriously.
Haven't you seen pictures of me in the south
I know
of
you always
France
have
with
these
the
huge hats, yeah, and
and
scarves,
the
everything, yeah.
glasses, and yeah. No, absolutely. I can't stand it now, having the sun on my face.
But is that your main beauty tip, do you think?
I have quite a few. Do you want to go through them?
Yes.
You've got about 4 hours.
How do you look as good as you did?
Well, I think I think the power of positive thinking is very important. I believe that you look like what you want to look like, and you visualize how you want to look. Now, today I had a fry-up for breakfast. I've just had a tuna fish sandwich and a glass of wine backstage.
Hollywood actresses watching this in horror. You had a fry-up?
Yes.
But a sausage can kill you.
Not me.
In Hollywood, they think that.
I fry on sausages. Yes.
Do you not care about things like
Yes.
diet and having a drink and so on?
Of course I do, but I don't eat junk. This is probably the first fry-up sausage that I've had for about 2 months. But, you know, I've been in America, so I thought, back in England, have a sausage. That's what we specialise in. But I do watch my weight. I have to watch my weight. I'm at least 10 pounds more than I was when I did Alexis. So I'm surprised that you think I still look the same. But after a certain age, after you get to 30, no, not 30, no, 30 is a doddle. 40 is quite easy. You know, you still say, oh, doesn't he look fabulous for 40? That's easy. Wait until you get to 50 or 60. That's when it gets difficult because you need half as many calories, really, as when you were in your 20s. So I just eat very carefully. First of all, I don't like meat. And I don't really like fish. I like mashed potatoes, and I like pasta, and I'm just quite careful.
Do you feel more pressure as you get older to maintain this beauty?
Not really, because I figured that once I passed, you know, a certain age, and I look at women older than me, and I have a few friends who are in their late 70s and 80s, and I look at them and I see they haven't changed in 15, 20 years. And I think if you remain the same weight and you take care of your skin so you don't get all jowly and wrinkled, that you can more or less look the same. It's fatal to get too thin. Fatal. I have some friends, and I'm not even going to tell you who they are because you would know them very well, in their 80s that are so thin and so frail. And they're very famous, and it's sad. And they diet to keep that way. I don't believe that one should diet. I don't believe also that one should get too fat, so it's a happy medium. You know what it's like.
Can I be incredibly impertinent?
Yes.
And actually ask you how old you are?
No, I never reveal my age. You know how I Google me. It's on there. But I remember one
Can I
thing.
put an age to you?
Yeah.
76.
Yes.
I mean, that is incredible.
Is it?
Don't you think it's incredible?
Well, why aren't you applauding?
But Joan, I think it's fair to say the one thing that you've never done in your career is toe the line. Collins has been gracing our screens for an incredible 7 decades. She began her career aged just 9, appearing in serious plays, but didn't get the attention she craved until she shot to fame as a teenage pin-up, and later as an on-screen temptress.
What sort of changed her life was that she started being photographed a lot for the papers because she was so pretty.
She became Britain's answer to Marilyn Monroe and worked with Hollywood's biggest stars. Joan's game for anything attitude and refusal to act her age made her a risk-taker and saw her strip off in her mid-40s in the film The Stud. And then again a few years later for a men's magazine.
There is nothing average about my mother appearing at 49 in Playboy.
Just as I didn't
But the role which will forever define Joan is that of Dynasty super bitch Alexis Colby. And she's become just as famous for her off-screen put-downs.
She can be cutting and acerbic, but it's usually very funny.
Being on the receiving end of the wit can sometimes be a little deflating.
We were sitting at some awards thing, and in front of us was Elizabeth Taylor. She had very big hair. And Joan said, oh, really, Elizabeth Taylor, the fatter she gets, the bigger her hair gets.
While some of her fellow actresses are collecting their pensions, Joan remains an age-defying sex symbol.
I've never seen anybody with such amazing legs. When we were working together, I couldn't stop staring at them. She's got the most perfect legs.
Well, growing up with an international sex symbol as a mum, I don't recommend it.
When you get a screen goddess like Joan, they never seem to age. They seem to have some kind of magic elixir.
I think she is almost part extraterrestrial.
For me, she defines glamour. She is the last glamour puss.
Somebody once said that she passed 100 recently, but I do not believe that. And I thought, well, with her, anything's possible, because that's Joan.
Obviously, slightly rankles with you that people like me still bang on about, you know, Alexis from all that time ago.
Well, no, I think whatever I played, even if I'd played the milkmaid, after 20 years, you would like to perhaps be thought of that you can do something else. And I think Henry Winkler, who played the Fonz in Happy Days, he told me that when he finished doing that show, he said he probably thought that for 3 or 4 years they would still say, "Hi, it's the Fonz." But of course he doesn't look like the Fonz anymore. But I still look the same, more or less. So I am still identified with that role. I loved doing it. It was great, great fun to do, even though it was a pretty miserable personal time in my life. And I don't regret any of it. It would just be nice sometimes to not always be called Alexis.
I love this quote. You once said that you'd never slept with a man over the age of 42.
Did I? My husband's 44.
He's actually 44?
Yes.
He's not really a toy boy anymore, is he?
Oh, stop. That is the most disgusting expression. How
Do you
old are
think so?
you?
I'm 44.
You're 44?
Right in your target range.
Okay, cut over. And you're an Aries.
I'm an Aries.
So you'll be 45?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's
But
a
there's still time.
milestone, yeah. What do they call it? What happens then? You have midlife crisis?
Probably.
No, but it comes
I'm
later
ready to have
now,
mine
'cause
with you, if you are. Come on, number 6.
Did you talk like this with Scylla?
No.
Oh. With Gordon?
Yes.
It would have been unthinkable to have had a child. This is the 60s, and it would have been absolute career death.